You know what all the cool kids are doing these days? Listening to podcasts. And what does Toxic Radio have? Podcasts, duh.
Just as I thought.
Go to toxicradio.net and check out our weekly schedule for the lineup of great shows. Miss any of them live? No worries.
Thank God, dude.
We're on all the top podcast platforms, or just find them at toxicradio.net or on the free app. The choice is yours. Be cool or not.
We're gonna be cool.
Toxic Radio. Get the podcasts and get infected.
Enjoying all that Toxic Radio has to offer? Well, make sure you like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Be the first to find out about ticket giveaways, amazing guests, awesome contests, and Toxic Radio events. Just search Toxic Radio Live, all one word, and press that little button. Every time you do, someone here at Toxic Radio will get their wings. Yay! Well, not really. Aww. But we will get a warm, fuzzy feeling in our tummies. But then again, that just might be the beer. Anyway, like and follow us, and we will see you out there on the interwebs.
It's summertime, and you know what that means.
It's too darn hot, too darn hot, too darn hot.
It's so hot!
Yeah, there's that. But also cookouts, pool parties, and the beach.
Oh, I'm all a tingle.
Right? And what do you need for those activities?
Sunscreen.
Well, yes, but I'm talking about music.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Toxic Radio is ready to go with you wherever your summer takes you. All you need is your smartphone, a Bluetooth speaker, and the free Toxic Radio app. You can also catch us on the TuneIn Radio app.
What if it's too hard?
Yeah, what if it's too hard?
Were you even listening? Phone, speaker, app. It's not hard at all.
Actually, super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Damn right it is. So make sure you have us with you all summer and never miss out on the great shows and the great music. Toxic Radio. Don't play your summer safe. Play it toxic.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. It is that time of the week to take it deep. The police are here. Mike's been arrested. No, I'm just joking. He should be, though. Anyway, he,
For having that fine booty.
Well, that show just ended. No. Nice. We got a lot to talk about today. Cringeworthy ways to save money. Do aliens exist? And much, much more. But I want to do it up with a few questions. Mike, have you noticed...
Wait, what kind of aliens? Like outer space aliens or like Trump aliens?
No, outer space aliens.
Okay.
Yeah. Not illegal aliens. Although I guess technically from outer space they would be illegal as well.
They would be illegal.
I mean,
they would have to
who
fill
says
out the
that
proper paperwork.
The United States has authority over space.
We do not have authority over space or the continuum.
Some countries are currently fighting over it.
Yep.
Access denied.
Yep.
So, yeah, cringeworthy ways to save money. But have you noticed the trend lately on the TikTok world, especially
On the TikTok, you're that guy now. The
TikTok. Yeah, when the Godfrey talks about the TikTok.
What's the
Taking It
trend?
deep. So I call it selling out.
Okay, I call it buying in.
Okay, well, we were talking about butt sex. That's where I was going with that. I noticed. So I guess you're buying in. But anyway, no. And if you love that, enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
But-
shadow clock.
Yeah. So people selling out for clicks or views. And what I mean is, this really pertains to politics, the right and left. I'm not going to talk about politics, just the landscape of it, where I think it's 70 right, 30% that I notice is my rough estimation of people like making content and selling out for the views, saying stuff that is either not controversial or grabbing the coattails of a controversial opinion. And they're not, if you look at their videos, they're trying to make content and they're not getting shit done. Nothing's happening. Then they're like, you know what? I'm going to do a dance. with a Trump face on, and I'm going to twerk while doing it. Boom! 1 million followers, right?
Right.
And now, is that sustainable? No, but I notice this a lot, even on a smaller level, when it's stuff that is obviously not true, or you have a half-baked opinion. And remember, opinion is the lowest form of knowledge, just to remind you folks. Why is it the lowest form of knowledge? Because it's baseless. There's no facts behind it. It's just your opinion. That is the weakest cop-out. If you're a person like, well, you know what? I hear what you're saying. I might be wrong, but it's just my opinion. Okay, sure. There's a bomb on a plane. Just my opinion. Why is that your opinion? Because I just have a feeling. Do you have a feeling because you saw something, or I don't know. So, just, you know, do you notice that trend though, where people just like are selling out, so to speak? Because,
well, I mean, people have literally viral channels dedicated to them just doing their version of whatever is hot at that moment. I don't
have anything against them for that. I'm talking about more trying to sell out by using the cultural.
But that's what they're
word.
doing.
Yeah.
That's you're finding whatever the wave is, whatever the cool thing is at that moment, and you're mimicking it to try and ride that wave as long as that wave's going to go. Because these TikTok waves, I'd say they go about a week, and you're week in and week out trying to do the new one. I don't think that it's I don't think it's selling out, but also it is to a degree, because if you've got something going on, if you literally have pride and feel that what you bring to the table is noteworthy enough for people to, you know, hey, look over here, because that's all that social media is when you're trying to be an influencer. Or just like with Toxic Radio. Like Toxic Radio, we're constantly in our shows trying to get people's attention. Hey, look over here. Look at what we're doing. Look at what's happening over here. And
I should do that more myself, but I will tell you that when I make content, you know, I try to think like what would be entertaining to me, and maybe my audience would enjoy it. I know people that have made content and on this station, not, you know, right. It's their own show, but for the purpose of getting clicks.
But yes, but that's the whole point. Like, you've got a freight train of people passing by you every single day on social media. A freight train of people just looking for what else is cool or what else will catch their attention. If you have something going on already, this whole backlog of shit, and all you got to do is catch people's attention, then to do that trend or whatever is hot at that moment, to make them stop and look over at you for that split second, it's well worth it. Because if you've got something massive behind you, like you do, like all the shows do here on Toxic, you've got this whole collection of content that you feel very proud of. The possibility of those people, you know, stopping and looking at your content is raised a millionfold, all because you did a stupid dance in front of your phone. You know, like it pays
my thing
off.
is just like, so
what if you knew that you were going to get 500,000 new followers and new listeners to your show, consistent listeners, all you had to do was do the latest TikTok trend, whatever it was, would you do it?
I would have to think about the specific.
Really,
situation.
500,000 followers.
Listen, I have very strong convictions. If it was a dance or something like that, that's kind of general and not really peddling fake bullshit, then I pride myself on being a righteous, truthful guy. If it was something where it was like, hey man, if you just said you like a certain politician and I'll get you 500,000, I'm not doing it.
Well, but that's different. That's different from an actual just TikTok trend where like you're playing a sound clip over something, or you're doing the whole thing of like, you know, tell me the first time you did this, I'll go first. Like the whole thing. Like that type of selling out is selling out in terms of selling out who you are and your views and your opinions, rather than, again, just a TikTok trend.
Yeah,
because to say that that would be lying. That would be saying that you are somebody you aren't, just to get people to like you.
But we have seen that, right? That people have been revealed.
People have been revealed, but you got to remember, these people that have done that, they have to. You have to. If you become viral, you have to uphold that point of view for a lot of people in public, on social media. Like, that becomes who you are. And for somebody who, let's just say, is a Republican but plays like a Democrat just because they want views, well, now they're actually going against their views and their party and their people. So it's counterproductive to who they are. It snowballs into this whole other area rather than just doing a trend.
This is why I brought this up. So there's people out there that do that I call dishonest actors, and this isn't assigned to one party. I believe one party does it more than the other, but they both participate. The reason why I'm saying this is the trend I see through politicians, heads of churches, things of that nature. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is, I've always dabbled with the idea of doing a political show, and I'm not going to do it because there's no baseline where people will agree that this is right or wrong. Now we're in the day of age where people are like, oh, well, that's just your opinion. No, like, no one can agree on a right or wrong. It's like disappearing that line of right or wrong more and more every day. So, when I see these creators out there doing that, and I know I'll call them out. I'll be like, nothing like selling out for the views, right? Like, you watch their other videos that has nothing to do with that, then you can see they're totally going into that space. And the problem is that at the end of the day, there's... Are you all right over there, Mike?
Yeah.
I thought you were jerking off or something. I was like, what the fuck? Is he having a seizure? But we're going to bike pump. But, I'll have conversations with people based off these videos, and it just fuels the clickbait fire, right? Like, people will listen to something and they want to extrapolate it, and you'll get into arguments with people, and now I have to have that conversation with myself before I talk to someone about something. I'm going, do I want to have this conversation with this individual? I want to keep them as a friend. Not that I'm going to unfriend someone for a different opinion, meaning like not be their friend, but at the same time, it's stressful to have those type of conversations where you're like, am I really hearing this from this person? Like, I've heard stuff like people are burning down food processing plants on purpose to create a food shortage. Well, there is a real food shortage that could be happening because of the wheat in Ukraine and fertilizer. However, that doesn't mean that they're trying to do population control. I've heard that conspiracy theory for so long, for at least 20 fucking years. It's not true.
I have a friend, and I'm going to find him on Instagram. It's a friend. He's a very well-known friend. He's actually a musician who has a band who is his band is extremely popular, like really big-time popular. And it just goes with what you were saying. And he posted this tweet that got put out by Benny Johnson. It says, breaking first interior photo of the, how do you say that, Uvalde school shooting released. It shows multiple officers inside the building, all officers, hand rifles, a ballistic shield. Photo was taken at 11:52 a.m. The shooter remained inside, killing kids for another hour till 12:50. So that was the post that he shared. His comment underneath this post was, well, they had to give the actor more time to do damage. How else would he use this situation to move their agenda forward
Oh my God.
if it wasn't a tragedy?
I can't see. That's the shit. I can't.
And this is a well-known artist in a band. Well-known.
That's the shit I can't stand.
So
it's baseless. You have nothing to go off of.
Nothing.
Except
Absolutely
your fucking
nothing.
opinion.
Absolutely no
Nothing.
proof, no concrete evidence, nothing except for you could say, oh, he was an actor when kids died.
Mike, I think people don't realize this, and correct me if I'm wrong here. If you are an AP news organization, like I don't know, maybe a CNN or Fox News, and you make baseless claims like that, you are open to a lawsuit. Whereas if you are XYZ content creator on TikTok, you're not open to a lawsuit, really.
Right.
So you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
And then you could go, well, they won't say it on the news because they can't. No, it's because they can get sued. Example, when Rudy Giuliani and My Pillow guy said Old Dominion was taking parts out of voting machines. They're going to lose their ass in court for defamation because they hurt their business, and they're going to get sued heavily, and they're going to lose. I know they're going to lose. Now, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole and talk about them versus us and all this crap, but that's a good point that you bring up, Mike, because
thank you.
You're like, well, and I'm going to start doing this now. I'm going to ask why. Well, why do you think that? I'm just going to pepper them with why questions. And I want them to extrapolate out why they had that opinion. And then if you get to, well, it's just my opinion, I'm going to blurt out, well, you're full of shit. Because you are. Because you have nothing to base it on. And then I'll hear like, well, I'm just not a good debater like you are. I'm not debating with you. I'm asking you why. Like, my favorite one recently was, well, there was 10,000 cows that died. How was that possible? This guy comes on TikTok and says, it's 105 in Texas. Well, they died in Kansas. They said up to 10,000 possibly. They recorded 2,000. And me going to school for media, I know how to fact check a little bit better than other people. And I think some people just don't, or their bias just clings on to it. But the agenda that they're talking about would make no sense in that Uvalde shooting, because if there was an agenda that was being pushed forward, the Supreme Court would have made a different ruling on the guns than they did. And I'm not saying I'm for or against that. I'm just saying that wouldn't be toward the agenda that this gentleman was talking about. You bring up, and the ruling is that states can't restrict you from carrying, and meaning they can't say you have to have a provable reason to carry. Because some states will do that, and that would be the opposite of what that guy said, right, Mike? But the thing that annoys me about conspiracy theories, that goes up my ass, is think what you want. It's a free country. You have your own free will. I'm not attacking you for your opinions. What bothers me is when there are real things going on and you don't see the real things because you're chasing a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
For example, all these sanctions going on with Russia, they're not working. And a lot of people won't talk about that. They're not. They're actually making more money. I think the ruble has gone up. And they're selling their gas to India, for example, one country, and now they're selling it back to us for a higher rate because they got it from a discounted rate from Russia. Isn't that interesting? But they're not working because it's not really squeezing them financially. It's just hurting the little people like us or people in Russia. And, you won't hear people talk about that. I would like to see a conspiracy theorist dive into the details of that, because that's real. That's something we can extrapolate and debate. But it's always some fucking cooked up bullshit idea that's all the way in outer space that you can't even grab onto. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what annoys me. Like, take that same energy and put it towards something real. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they don't. They put it towards something fake because in all reality, you haven't done research. You don't have the real passion for it. You're talking out your ass, and there's nothing you're ever going to fucking do about your opinion except repeat it like a parakeet. And it just drives me nuts, man. No one wants to have that real energy and actually do anything. And the Uvalde school shooting, I don't know what was going through that, but I can tell you if I was the cop, because I don't know if you read this, there was a cop that his wife called him and said she was bleeding, and they detained him and took his gun. I would have said, shoot me. And I would have walked away from him. You're going to have to fucking shoot me.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot me. And you know what? Or I would have shot my commanding officer and then take me to jail. Because his wife's dead now, and he's going to have to live with that his whole fucking life. What if? And I'd have like, you're going to have to fucking shoot me. They took his gun and handcuffed him. And I'm not going in on the police here, but that whole situation where Uvalde, and tell me if this made you think of this, Mike. It reminds me of working for a boss that is an asshole, that thinks he knows everything, that doesn't get it right.
Yep.
And then you end up having to do something that you know isn't going to work. And it doesn't work. And then when the shit hits the fan, he tries to cover his ass because his fucking idea fucked up. And that's exactly what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever the commanding officer is an asshole.
Asshole.
Because I guarantee everybody in there, and there's multiple cops I know that told me, hey, I would have went in there with my pistol. These guys had guns, and they had ballistic gear. And I think everybody that's watched this with a clear mind is like, what were these guys doing? They made the wrong call. Everybody makes mistakes. But the guy's getting removed as head of that division, but he's still on the city council, whatever. To me, I can't imagine being in that position of that guy where his wife is bleeding out, and they handcuffed him and took his gun. You would have had to shoot me. I would have been like, I'm going now. You can shoot me if you want, but I'm going.
Yeah.
And, but that reminds me of that asshole boss that will put you in a bad position. And then when the shit hits the fan, he's like, that's the brakes, bud. Have you worked for a guy like that?
No.
No?
I'm smarter than everybody at my jobs.
All right. The dog doesn't believe you. But anyway,
Smartest man in the room.
moving on. Do aliens exist? I've been having this conversation a lot with
Of
people.
course they do. It's
You-
not even a question of do they exist anymore. I saw this on your little description, and I don't think that
Why's my description got to be little?
because it's so little.
I felt girthy.
It's so little. I don't think it's even a debate anymore of whether or not they exist.
I agree.
It's a debate of like, what are they? Who are they? Have they been here? Have they not been here? Have we contacted them? Are they out there? Are we hearing them? Are we seeing them?
I think they do exist, and I think you're asking the wrong question. The question should be is, why the fuck would they even want to do anything with us? What do we have of value on this planet, societally and resource-wise, that they would need? Because think about it.
Right.
If they're an alien life form, theoretically, they're coming from a different universe that we haven't discovered. That's not in our solar system, right? Fair to say? Mm-hmm. So they obviously have some kind of technology. We haven't even landed on Mars yet, where they can get here rather quickly with some kind of fuel that we haven't invented or discovered. Do they need our oil? Do they need our gasoline? Maybe they need our rocks or our trees. The only way I could see that is if they found out that if they drank human blood, it would give them eternal life or some bullshit like that.
Right.
There's no way. I think aliens exist, but I don't think we'll see them in our lifetimes unless they like take a wrong turn. And I truly believe when we see an alien spaceship, they're like, "Fuck, we put on the afterburners and we went down the wrong ramp. Son of a bitch, get out! You're in Earth. Turn around right now and lock your doors."
Theoretical physicist Michio Kaku said it.
Is that a real guy? Are you?
It is a real guy. It's a real guy.
Sure he is.
It's a real guy. He's right here. Look, Michio Kaku, because I wanted to make sure I said his name correctly, had said before in an interview that I
Is he
seen.
related to Pikachu?
I think he is.
Okay.
Had said in an interview one time, they talked to him about aliens and if he thinks we've been visited or he thinks it will be visited or whatnot. And he said in his opinion, I'm sorry, it's his opinion, he believes that planet Earth is nothing more than an anthill in the eyes of alien life forms.
I agree.
In terms of if you're walking down a street or a road, you do not give a second thought to the anthill that's on the side of the road. And that's the way that he thinks that they look at us as Earth and humans. Earth is just the anthill that's nothing to them, and we're the ants, and they're not even going to give us a second thought.
I liken it to when, if you're around my age, you might have drove through a bad neighborhood with your parents, and they're like,
oh, lots of them.
And when power locks got invented,
My dad needed his fix,
and then he would go through the bad neighborhood, and your parents, you would just be in a car, the radio would be on, a slow, low volume, and you hear click, click. Like, what? Why are you locking the doors, Mom? Like, what's going on? Where are we at?
Sorry, yeah. I do have to give Alex a quick thing. He says scientific theory is different from opinion. You're right.
Yes, I like to repeat, opinion is the lowest form of knowledge. So, you're right. I agree 100%. But here's my thing. I think I agree with this guy's opinion. Everything's theory when it comes to aliens because no one's put substantial proof on it. We've had I believe the U.S. Navy recognized it, or the Department of Defense recognized maybe the existence of aliens or other life forms.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we're all for anything of value unless it's just some like planet that is a devouring planet where they just like they eat a planet and it's like the Galactus of aliens, and they're like, we're just gonna eat this planet and just look at this pitiful life form, and they're just like fascist aliens where they're like, oh, we're just gonna wipe them out because they're worthless to the universe. Or unless we do something that's so fucked up as a species that we actually end up fucking up the solar system, and they're like, okay, we got to take these guys out. Like, let's say we shoot a bunch of nuclear, warheads into space and they explode, and, they feel that, into the next universe or something. I mean, I could see something like that happening, but I just don't think, unless there's aliens living amongst us already, that's another theory, right? But they have to be so advanced that they have to look at us like savages. Like, and I don't see how we provide any value to them, resource-wise, intelligence-wise, technology-wise. There's nothing that we have. So I think if you see an alien, it's someone that either was kicked out of their where they live, their universe, or it was something where they got lost.
Yeah,
personally, because it's every time you see a spaceship, it's like, oh, you see me, you don't, and it's gone. It's like, oh, we made a wrong turn, we're out of here. I don't see anything pointing to otherwise. You know, movies might have you think of it. I think we have a better shot of seeing a Stegosaurus than a fucking alien. Because we'll probably like recreate it in a lab or something.
Oh, absolutely.
I wonder if Jurassic Park was any good. I didn't see it. I feel like there's been a lot of Jurassic Parks.
I've always wondered if that was ever
possible
if they found the DNA of an actual...
Didn't they do that with a woolly mammoth?
Did they?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they did. Because they can still find fossils and I believe get DNA. You know, they can still do that. So
do you think that the human race should do that if it was possible?
Firm raises $15 million to bring back woolly mammoth. This was in, when was this? I'm trying to get a date on this article. This is about 9 months old.
Apparently my girl is seeing it tomorrow. I did not know that.
Yep. I think it is possible to do it. Do I think they should do it? I'm not sure. I don't think that's a tough question because I don't know if it has a negative or a positive consequence. I know there's certain people like you don't play God or this or that, but you know, what if there are certain species that went extinct recently, maybe not prehistoric ones that you could bring back because of that, right? Because that does hurt the ecosystem in a negative way. So I think it could be used positively. But again, us being humans with, you know, technology like that, someone's sooner or later going to take advantage of it and do the wrong thing.
So you think it's wrong to do, but you think that we're going to do it?
I don't know if it's wrong to do or not. I mean,
if a species went extinct, shouldn't you just leave them extinct?
Well, here's the thing. What I would vehemently disagree with would be the religious argument that people would take.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I'm not.
You bring religion into anything. It's
I'm not going to agree with that. But I don't know. Why was it extinct, right? I mean, I think bringing back a woolly mammoth is going to be pretty hard. I would say if you kept it to things in recent memory or, you know, recent history, but at the same time, I think it's worthwhile to be explored, for sure.
I think no. Leave it.
Leave it.
You're opening up Pandora's box when you start doing that.
Well, how about this? What if you can take that technology and learn how to genetically regrow someone's limb that might have been taken off?
Well, haven't they already done that? They've been able to regrow noses and ears on the backs of mice.
Yeah, well.
And they've been able to grow synthetic tissue and different kinds of stuff in a petri dish. Petri dish? However you say it. But they've been able to do that. They've also been able to clone animals, sheep. So they've been able to do some extraordinary stuff. But I think bringing a species back from extinction, especially one that previously was atop of the food chain at one point, is opening a Pandora's box.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ethical questions to go along with it, but
absolutely,
I do feel it's definitely possible.
You think it's possible
to bring? Yeah, I mean, I know I've been reading articles about that for a while, and I'm pretty sure it's possible. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I mean, if you can grow an embryo,
a test tube baby type of deal,
why couldn't you do that with if you have the DNA?
Well, that's different. You're using an egg and a sperm. You're just working with DNA at the point of doing what they did in not Back to the Future.
Where we're going, we don't need any roads.
In Jurassic Park, unless you have Jeff Goldblum, you know, Zaddy.
What is that Zaddy shit, by the way? What does that mean?
You don't know what Zaddy is?
No, I saw like you know, this thing on John Oliver is like, oh, Zaddy, a sexually attractive man, especially an older man who is fashionable or charismatic. That's probably me in years.
It's not you. I mean, it's definitely me.
No, I don't.
That's why
I highly doubt it.
That's why Jeff Goldblum is the ultimate Zaddy.
Oh, okay.
You don't think so?
I mean, I don't know what. I mean, I haven't made a Zaddy list. Apparently, you have.
You haven't made a Zaddy list?
You have?
Yes.
So you're up late at night going like, who would be the top 10 Zaddies?
Right. And, I mean, at the very top is this hunk of man meat right here.
Who? Okay.
Zaddy right there.
Do you fantasize being Jeff Goldblum?
I do. Who wouldn't want to fantasize being Jeff Goldblum? He's been a Zaddy since day one. Are you kidding me? He was Zaddy when he was younger. He didn't wait to get older to be the Zaddy. I mean, you don't get more Zaddy than that. But no, Jeff Goldblum he's older. He dresses very nicely. He looks good. He's got the personality to go with it. Everything about him screams ultimate Zaddy.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about a guy that is not Zaddy. No, actually, we won't talk about Elon Musk. But Prime Day is coming up. Is that overrated? Is Prime Day overrated? Are they going?
I'll tell you what. Prime has gone up so much, the cost of Prime, that I'm now second guessing if I'm going to stay with Prime.
It has gone up a lot, hasn't it?
It has. I think the next iteration of price for Prime is it's up there, dude, and I don't know if it's worth it anymore.
You know, Brad said that he's saying he's late because there was no push notification, and I kind of noticed that a lot less people were on at first, so I reposted on the page. He's
talking about push notification for the Toxic app.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I think
there you go. It's $140 for a year of Amazon Prime now.
Yeah, it went up 20, or did it go up 40?
20.
Now, that's not a horrible increase, but I still think it's a lot of money for Prime, and you know,
especially right now. I mean, everything has gone up. For Prime to go up, you would think with their amount of income, they could have kept themselves down or even cut.
Well, they did
cut
that,
it by $10.
They did that like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, when everything was going through the fucking roof.
Well, my favorite is if you were on assistance, you got free Prime, and the reason why they did that is because they started taking food stamps for Amazon grocery delivery.
I'm not on food stamps. I'm not on government assistance.
Me either.
Where's my discount?
Yep. Nope. No discount for you, bitch. But apparently Prime Day is coming up. Do you ever buy anything on Prime Day? Have you found sweet deals on Prime Day?
Oh, there's tons of great deals on Prime Day. The problem is it's just like Black Friday. They go super fucking fast. But yeah, I've bought stuff on Prime Day. They got great deals.
Yeah. Now you look for deals and you only hear about the big box ones, so you got to really go on there. Like, you know, I've gotten like battery packs, things like that.
Yeah. Prime is Amazon is such a massive online shopping place. Like, they have anything and everything for anyone. So there's so many different products on there that you can find something for yourself on Prime Day.
You can get a 4K TV, 50 inch, for $400. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Toshiba 75.
Usually all the Amazon products go on sale, like the Echo Shows, the car adapter, like everything goes on sale.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, the Fire TV Cube, which I recommend, is $70 off. Or $50 off, so it's $70, normally $120. We'll see. I think it's a little overhyped, and then with inflation, will they be able to do it this year? They're still going to do it. You know, we're hearing that a lot of retailers overbought, so maybe they're buying some of these people's inventory and selling it on their Amazon platform. It's going to be interesting, but
do Bunny Ranches in Las Vegas ever have like their extra special 20% off days?
I'm pretty sure you might get a frequent flyer card.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, it's a business like no other, like every other business, and every other business known to man has sale days, or they jump on board with Black Friday. Like, does a Bunny Ranch do a Black Friday deal? Like, if you're sitting out there at midnight at the door, like, do you get something special?
No, they probably don't want coupon clippers. That's just my guess.
Yeah, then is there a guy or a gal who just wait specifically for that promotional day?
Doubt it.
I'm curious.
If you're that cheap and you're buying something like that, I mean, you get what you pay for. That's all I got to say. But speaking of, is it worth it to save money? You know, I was thinking about cringe ways to save money or not. I came up with a few here. Let me know your opinion on them. Taking condiments from a friend's house. So maybe you're over a friend's house.
Friend's house?
Like I was at Mike's house last week, and he doesn't know I lifted a bottle of spicy mustard from his kitchen, and because I didn't really feel like spending the money on it. So,
But that isn't. I was taking it from a friend's house. Yes, that's weird. But taking it from a friend's house is no different than taking it from a fast food place. Now, I have been in the predicament where I've been so poor that when I did stop at Burger King or McDonald's or Taco Bell, I 100% loaded up. I would go into the store just because they had the packets there to grab, and I would load up on condiments, bring them home, and that's what I used. Absolutely.
you ate the condiments themselves?
I actually, it's funny that you say that. There was one time my nephew was over, and I had enough French fries to give him, but I didn't have anything for myself, and I had one tortilla left. And I made what I called a condiment sandwich, and it had relish, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, and I think barbecue sauce. And I rolled it all up and ate it.
Yeah, this is the police. I need to talk to you about your recent visit at Wendy's in South Jersey. It seems that you stole 500 ketchup packets. Although they're there for free consumption, that
I have 100% done that.
How about grabbing napkins? I find this cringeworthy, and plasticware at Wawa. Like you order one thing and you've grabbed like a fistful.
I've done that. Why are you saying that's cringe? I've done that.
Oh my God. How did I know? All right, listen.
I've done that.
I think it's okay to grab a couple, but to grab like 40?
Yeah. Why? Why is that bad?
You think that's bad?
No,
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think that's bad. I think I've done that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
And tell us in the comments if you're surprised that Mike did that. They're gonna be like, nope, 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 nope. Okay, so
so far I'm in on all this.
Eating at the hot bar before you pay to keep the weight down. Like when I mean hot bar, that means going to a Whole Foods or a Giant where you have to buy something maybe it's salad that's not hot, where it's a weighted product. And maybe, they have chicken fingers and you eat one of the 5, but it keeps the weight down. Or you get a bag of cashews where it's weighted and you eat I don't know, a quarter of the pound of cashews. And even though you took a pound out, you're really only paying for 3/4 of a pound.
I don't think you're bringing up weird stuff. I think you're just judging people because I've done this.
That's judgy?
Yes.
That's judgy?
Yes.
I mean, that would be considered theft, Mike.
How is it? It's no different than when you go to the supermarket and you pick up a bushel of grapes. I think it's called a bushel of grapes, and you eat grapes as you go through the store.
Well, you should look up bushel because I would love to see you carrying around a bushel of grapes at the store, which would make me laugh. First off,
I said I don't know what the term is, but a thing
so
of grapes.
You think, especially if it's grapes sold by the pound,
right? I've done. My dad would do that all the time. You'd eat them as you're shopping, and when you went up to go weigh them to buy them, they'd be cheaper.
Welcome to Lessons with Life.
Apparently, you haven't been poor.
Oh no, I have been poor.
Apparently not.
So you're okay with that?
Yeah.
I think that's where the line probably gets drawn for me.
That's the line? Okay, go ahead.
What about this?
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Free sample cruising, where you go from supermarket to supermarket and load up on free samples all day long.
I've never done that, but I definitely have been in stores where
You're
free
intrigued by
samples
the
are going
idea.
on, and you definitely hit up every free sample you possibly can. Yes.
Sounds like a good day out for you and Laura.
It sounds like it would take up too much time, too much gas. But
all right, what if you go back to the free sample cart multiple times?
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Like, do you try to disguise yourself or be discreet?
No, you just go back up. Nobody's gonna say shit. The person that's standing behind that desk or that table doesn't make enough money to say anything to you.
You might find that one Dudley Do-Right that's like, "Hey, sir, that's your 6th sample. That's gonna happen to you once in life. I can't wait for that to happen."
No.
Okay. I know you would be okay with this. Keeping a friend's leftovers.
Yeah, of course. What? What do you mean? Why is that a bad thing? You're not going to eat that? Put it in a box. I'm going to take it home.
It depends on what it is, and it also depends on who the friend is.
What? Why?
Well, if they're not a hand washer, I'm not looking to take their leftovers.
You'll eat a girl's asshole, but you won't eat somebody's
record.
leftovers that they didn't wash their hands.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, ladies, but I'm not an ass eater. For the record, so that does not apply to me. It might apply to Mike, and maybe that's the way you are because you know what? I ate ass, so fuck it, I'll just do anything. And I can understand that kind of logic because you're like, I just had poop on my tongue. Blech. So keeping a friend's leftovers. Okay, these are ways to save money. How about parking for free? And then getting a ride with your friend. Like, say you went to a party somewhere in the city and, you know, you didn't want to pay for parking, so you made them come pick you up so then you could go park for free, and then, you know, they'll pay for parking, but they're picking you up from the free parking spot.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Okay, I would feel kind of awkward doing that.
Why?
Would you offer your friend some money?
These are I've got way better ones than these.
Well, chime in.
All right. So what about, and I've seen this on TV, individuals that look at toilet paper and paper towels as too expensive. So all they do is have they either use torn T-shirts or rags, and what they have is a little hamper type thing, almost looks like a trash can.
They're using it
where they'll wipe. They put them in there, and then they go ahead and put it in the wash, and it's reusable. They do not use toilet paper because it saves money.
Have you gotten to that point, Mike?
I've never gotten to that point. Or there are individuals.
I don't know if I'd be on board with that one.
There are individuals that I've seen on these shows that they fill the tub, and the tub is used for 2 days of baths for multiple people because there's no reason to use that much water.
So we're intermingling dirtiness.
Right, but their way of looking at it is, well, if you have soap that's been used inside the tub, the soap is killing any of the germs in the water that everybody's getting into, and if there's enough soap, you can use the soap left over.
Is this called Puff the Magic Dragon soap?
I'm just saying.
Like you just drop it in there and it goes, like it's like the Sub-Zero or Raiden of like from Mortal Kombat of soap, where you just put it's poof, the dirt disappears because there's another soap that goes in there.
And then there's the individuals, and I do not judge these people because I know that they're eating very well, that wait until the restaurants or the food stores have closed for the evening. They know that they're throwing out very, very good food, so they go dumpster diving. This is very prevalent with like Dunkin' Donuts or bagel places.
That was on my list.
Because they'll go and get these and put them and take them home, and they've got great food. So there are a lot of way different, more extreme ways of doing this.
If we're in a stage of dumpster diving yet, are you dumpster diving currently?
I haven't, but I would.
I wonder what Laura would say if you brought home a fresh turkey from the dumpster.
And then there are individuals.
Would she cook it?
There are individuals that only allow their electricity to be on for 1 hour a day.
So how much money are you saving doing that? Because I saw
I'd imagine probably about $150 a month.
I saw a show on TLC. It was a documentary about people being cheap and saving. I saw this one girl that would brush her teeth with mint plant. She would take off the mint and brush her teeth with it. And, electricity one time a week or 1 hour a day?
1 hour a day.
Are these Amish people?
No. Just very thrifty.
1 hour a day.
1 hour a day.
Yeah. Not happening. That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't be possible with you. I don't know how that's possible. I can never see you being able to use 1 hour.
Apparently, I knew somebody who used to unplug every single thing in his apartment, so his electric bill was like $15 a month.
Does that work?
Yeah, because anything you have plugged in still draws a tiny bit of current. If you go around and unplug every single thing and turn off every little thing in your apartment and only use it when necessary, it'll cut your bill down a lot.
I should do that experiment, especially with electric rising. Yeah, but how much is it a lot though? Or are we talking like $2?
No, you're talking about $150, $200.
Because it's got to be the dollar per hassle ratio. is it enough money to go through the hassle? Or am I saving enough money to do it? And if I'm trading paint, meaning like, saving me like, I don't know, $3, $4 here, I'm not doing it. It's just not worth it going crazy. You only have so much time in a day. Dumpster diving was on there. I knew you'd be all about that. What about buying a clearance gift wine for your friend? If you're bringing over something, you got to buy.
Why is that a bad thing? I'll buy fucking Burnett's and bring it to a buddy's house. Why is that a bad thing?
What's a Burnett?
Burnett is like cheap vodka.
Okay.
But it's good.
Okay. Cheap vodka, but good. Interesting. Sounds like a well vodka. So, how about, I'm definitely not buying BS ballpark hot dogs.
I used to, when I was really poor, I used to go to Walmart, food shopping at Walmart, and this was legit. It was me and my mother who would go. She was living with me at the time. And the rule was we weren't allowed to buy any food item that was over $2. Nothing. Unless it was under $2, that food item was not allowed to be bought.
You were living off the 99-cent menu, huh?
We were living off a lot of bread, a lot of bologna, a lot of cheese, the store brand everything. And we were able to make it work for, I think, about 6 or 7 months.
Wow.
That was the rule. Anything she would pick up and look at me and go, can we get this? Is it $2 or less?
Go to Dollar Store.
That was the rule. That was the rule.
Dollar Store might have been the place to go.
No, Dollar Store, you're giving up quality and you don't know what you're going to get. Whereas Walmart had a variety, and as long as you went with,
wasn't this Mr. Like, I'll eat any hot dog and put it in my mouth last week? Like, just get over it. It's the same. And you're talking to me about sacrificing quality from Walmart to the Dollar Store?
Look, you still, even when you're super poor, try to have. My mom just said, "Thank you so much for bringing my name into that conversation." You were there, Ma. You were there.
So
don't act like you weren't.
Rumor is that Mike's electric bill's over $1,000 because of all his pegging dildos that have to get charged. Yeah.
And the Bar S, Bar S was my top of the line. Hot dogs, those were really cheap. You get some beans for $2 or less, and all of a sudden you've got a meal.
How about?
Would
you help a friend move just to get a free meal?
I usually do it to get free beer, but yeah, I'd do it to get a free meal and free beer. I mean, I'd do that today. You're gonna buy food? You're gonna buy me wings and beer? Absolutely.
So, moving though is one of the most horrific things to have to do in life.
Not if you start drinking beforehand.
Oh, so you have to get intoxicated to do it?
Yes.
Then you're breaking furniture. There's scratches on the door.
It's my buddy. I don't care.
Okay. So I'd be like, I'll buy you wings, but I'm not letting you get drunk before you move my shit. So, all right. How about buying clearance meat and freezing it?
Yeah. What? Wow. This is all weird stuff to you?
No, it's not weird. I'm asking you. I would
Absolutely.
do that. I would do that.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't help a friend to move just to get a free meal. If they needed my help, I would offer to help, and I would get a free meal. That'd be great. But I'm not doing it with that purpose.
I would.
Yeah. Bringing your own food to a hotel or the hotel pool, or bringing your own food to a party, or when you and your friends go out to eat. Like, have you done that?
Wait, say it again. I was reading a comment.
Bringing your own food to a party.
Yes, I've done that.
Bringing your own food to a gathering with you and your friends, but you don't want to pay to eat out, and they do. Like a bag of chips.
I have brought sandwich and chips to a bar so I can go back out to my car to eat and go back in, yes.
Wow, okay.
Because I didn't have enough money for the bar food.
Interesting. So, bringing your own food to, like, the pool, the hotel pool.
I mean, yeah, that's a given. Why wouldn't you bring your own food to a hotel pool? What the hell?
Yeah, it can be overpriced. They suck. So.
Yeah, you're going to a hotel. You've already spent too much money on the room. Of course, you're going to bring food with you.
I still can't believe that you think it's okay to, eat half of your weighted item before you take it to the register and be like, oh, yeah, that's completely fine.
I don't see a problem with it. By the way, per Brad's comment, Mike is the Gordon Ramsay of poor people food. I actually made Mother's Day dinner utilizing frozen meatballs. I think it was frozen meatballs, some kind of, or chicken, and ramen noodles. And I spiced it up with some extra cheese and stuff. And my mother loved it. So, yes, I am the gourmet.
Oh, that was this past Mother's Day?
No, this is a couple Mother's Days ago. But, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Laura, the same thing. Why wouldn't you bring your own food to a hotel unless you're splurging? Who doesn't bring their own food to a hotel? Who goes to a hotel and is like, nah?
I don't know. Some people just don't want to go through packing and all that, or they just don't have the time to get things together and properly plan that before.
I mean, if you don't have time or if it's spur of the moment, I get it, but
yeah, well, I can see. Yeah, man, the two cringeworthy things for me is eating the food at the hot bar before you pay for it, and grabbing a ton of napkins and plasticware. I've been in Wawa with people that done that, and I'm like, oh my god, like really? Do you have to do that near me? And then I got to go up to the register feeling like an asshole because people saw them. They're like, oh yeah, that's my friend. Yep, he took so many, how about you take so much that they have to restock it because you took the whole fucking thing?
I still like the idea, and I've thought about it using the rags instead of toilet paper.
Wow. Well, maybe you should try that. Experiment with that at home.
I should. Absolutely.
You won't do it.
No.
Mike fears poopy rags. You won't do it. I mean, another way to kind of get that down. First of all, toilet paper lasts me a long time, so I just can't see doing a premium on that. But I mean,
how many squares do you use?
I mean, I just feel like toilet paper lasts dudes longer than it lasts for girls.
How many squares do you use?
I don't count. Do you count your squares?
Yeah.
I don't really count it. I have an instinctual amount that I use to get the job done.
All right. How many swipes do you have to do?
How many swipes is too much before you have to get into the shower?
How many swipes till you're good?
I mean, I would say 3, 4.
Really? That little count?
How many swipes till you're like, I might as well just go into the shower?
None. You just keep going.
Oh my god, nothing's worse than a never-ending wipe. It's like torturous too.
There was one television show where I saw a guy would yell at his wife anytime she used more than 3 squares, and he would only buy the single ply.
So he would yell at her about that.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's married. Like
there was when I was poor. There was at one point I bought a whole thing of single ply toilet paper, and
too much energy to yell at someone about that.
That when you buy single ply and not the good stuff, it really makes you appreciate.
So you're using the Russian toilet paper.
Regular, and I remember my buddies used to just yell at me all the time, splurge on the 2-ply.
Use Metamucil, you won't need much TP. Could be true.
But that's when you know you're poor, when you have a $2 limit at Walmart on any item, and you've bought the single ply toilet paper.
A good place to buy some food, I think, and some maybe some things that are different when you're poor is Big Lots. You can find some stuff there if you've ever been there. No. Big
Lots was expensive. I would not. You want to know
if they're selling like energy drinks that like are going out of business.
Yeah, look, now I'm rich. I buy the 3-ply. But
yeah,
moving on up. No, but Big Lots. I stayed when I was super poor. Big Lots was the devil. Like that was too much. The 2 places I'd go to buy stuff was first I'd go to Ollie's, buy things cheap. Ollie's was first, and then the thrift store. Those are my 2 places. I literally was so poor that I had a 50-inch television, and I sold it to pay for rent. Luckily, I had a buddy who bought it to pay for rent. And I had a 32-inch television. I took the 32-inch television and hung it on the 50-inch television, the thing that you hold the TV on, the TV stand. So I had this tiny, tiny television that was on a stand that was meant to hold a 55-inch.
It's okay. I mean, that's not something you necessarily need, right? So if you have to survive, I applaud that move.
And I agree with Brad. Swallow your pride and go to a food pantry, stock up for a month. That was the one thing I couldn't do. I couldn't swallow my pride and go do that.
And I agree with Brad that too, because pride sometimes that makes you end up spending more money than you need to. And I agree with Brad 100%.
I agree. I look back on it now, and I should have done it. And
you could have been eating good in the neighborhood with that government cheese.
I know. Saving those, saving that $10 I was going to spend at Walmart.
You could have got some flour, made yourself some French toast.
Probably could have got that 2-ply, not the 3-ply.
get some nice fruit.
3 plies that stuff for presidents.
Yeah, no. Sometimes you do have to swallow your pride, and swallowing your pride is good because it humbles you and it makes you. Not to say you can't get humbled another way, but it makes you appreciate things.
What, Iron Sheik way or?
No, not the Iron Sheik way. No, I think I know what that means. No, definitely not in that way. But we were talking about when you go to Big Lots, you can find some weird energy drinks, and so it made me think of energy drinks, and we'll close on this: the most dangerous energy drinks ever made. I'm guaranteeing before I read this list off that Mike has drank 3 out of 5 is the over under. Above 3 or below 3?
Is 4 Loko on there?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, but we're going to have to get through the list to find out. So number 5 would be
Teaser.
5-Hour Energy Little Shot Big Shot.
Oh, yeah.
At just 2 ounces, this energy shot contains 200 milligrams of caffeine per bottle, nearly twice as much as the same 16-ounce energy drinks. For context, an 8-ounce cup of brewed coffee contains roughly 100 milligrams of caffeine. Drinking as much caffeine can quickly raise your heart rate massively. It's probably why the company lists the serving size as half bottle. But let's be honest, when faced with a bag of chips or soda, who is really consuming a single serving? This meaning like no one drank half of the 5. You know what? Let me take this little bottle and I'm going to just sip a little half and put the rest for later. They drank the whole fucking bottle.
No, so it took me a while to realize, because I used to buy the 5-Hour Energies and just down them. It took me a while before I realized that you just sip it. You just sip it throughout the day, and it gives you little bursts of energy. That's what you do. You're supposed to sip it.
And then Mike does a line after that. No, just this one I saw. Oh, I'm sorry. The next one won't surprise you, but there is something that surprises you. Munster. I call it Shrek's piss.
Munster or Monster?
Monster.
You said like Munster, like Eddie Munster.
Or Munster cheese. Marketing to minors. As the second highest selling energy drink in the U.S. behind Red Bull, Monster Energy is incredibly popular. Unfortunately, its popularity has no bearing on its safety as a product. 116-ounce can of Monster contains 160 milligrams of caffeine, in addition to 15% of the recommended daily sodium allowance and 54 grams of sugar. That's a lot. Yeah, and it could contain up to 300 milligrams of caffeine per can. But Monster has been linked to 5 deaths, according to the New York Times, and 1 non-fatal heart attack. 1 death was the case of a 14-year-old Anus Fowler who died due to cardiac arrhythmia induced by caffeine toxicity. That's crazy. And they're still in business. I am not a fan of certain energy drinks. This one Mike got me to try out. I don't really drink them that often, you know. And if Mike's drinking it, I'm probably putting my life in my hands. But the next one is Redline from Bang Energy. Weight loss in a can. I don't know if anybody remembers this one, but Redline is an energy drink from the same company as Bang Energy, but with a specific focus on weight loss. Redline reportedly creates a shivering, shaking effect, and I've taken this myself, which is intended to burn calories. I felt like I was on crack when I drank it. And where I discovered it was like a gym, so it was like a pre-workout thing, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, let's fucking work out. I was shaking like Randy Savage.
I've never had that one.
Yeah, you shouldn't. But at just 2.5 ounces, this energy shot contains a whopping 300 milligrams of caffeine in addition to 500% of your daily value of B12. 300 milligrams at 2.5 ounces. Red Bull's on there. Deadly. Now, I'm going to make fun of these people. Red Bull, I'm looking down on you. Not Red Bull in general, not people who like Red Bull, but if this is called a deadly cocktail. Now, I know they're not talking about cocktails, but I always thought it was funny. It was like, you know what? I'm going to go get a glass of vodka. You know what, bartender? Let me get vodka Red Bull. Let's get an upper and downer and mix it together.
Who doesn't do that's been going on for forever. Like everybody does
I think
that.
it's an idiotic drink. Let's say, you know what?
I don't like Red Bull, but I like the idea of an upper and a downer.
Let's take some weed and Coke and sniff it together.
No, but alcohol and a downer and upper in terms of alcohol and some kind of speed has been a thing for many, many years.
Now, while the drink's ingredients don't appear much worse than the other energy drinks, one 8.4-ounce can has 80 milligrams of caffeine and may be dangerous when consumed with alcohol, such as the ever-popular vodka Red Bull. According to the National Institute of Health, 2011, 42% of energy drinks related 42% of energy drink-related emergency department visits involved combining these drinks with alcohol or drugs. Interesting. I've seen people lose their shit on that combo.
Mm-hmm.
Lose their fucking mind. Number 1 on the list, and Mike talked about this because he probably, not to no surprise to the audience, is Four Loko. That's right, Four Loko.
Oh, Jesus.
While mixing Red Bull with alcohol is considered a dangerous practice, at least the company doesn't sell the two together in the same can. Four Loko's name reportedly comes from its original formula's 4 main ingredients: alcohol, caffeine, taurine, which I think is one of the bad things because I believe it can harden your veins. I'll double check that, but that's
harden something. And
guarana, I think I'm saying that right. You know which one I'm talking about, right, Mike? Caffeine, taurine, and guarana are all stimulants, making this 23.5-ounce drink a real eye-opener. It was also nothing to scoff at as in terms of alcohol content, weighing in at 12%. That's rough. According to a legal examiner, the drink was likely really driving in with beer and coffee. Each serving contained roughly the same amount of alcohol as 4 to 6 beers and the same amount of caffeine as 4 to 6 cups of coffee. Didn't they ban that? While premixed alcoholic energy drinks were all the rage in the early 2000s, they were banned by the FDA in 2010. Wow. Mike, did you ever drink one of these?
Yes. They were horrible. I thought they tasted disgusting.
So they didn't even taste good?
No, I did not think so.
So there was the only buy-in was like, I'm going to get fucked up. There was there was not one flavor.
It tasted like, people talk about like alcohols tasting like cough medicine. Like this one legitimately tasted like cough medicine.
By the way, I lied. That was number 2.
Oh.
I just wanted to fuck with Mike.
Oh.
Number 1, cocaine. The legal alternative.
I had it already.
Not surprised. How did it taste?
It tasted really good.
Is that you?
Yes, that is me holding a can
dude,
of cocaine.
You look like you just did meth.
It was at my local 7-Eleven years and years and years ago, and that is me holding a can of cocaine when it was out. I've been thinking about buying it. They took it off the shelves for a while because of the phrase, it's the legal alternative. They did not like that. It also promoted itself as 3.5 Red Bulls in one can. It was spicy hot. The reason being is when you drank it, it gave a burn through your nostril that simulated snorting cocaine.
Are you shitting me? Did you feel that when you drank it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll take it even a step further. On an episode of The Takeover with Whitney Payton, I actually poured some of the liquid cocaine onto a CD and snorted it.
How did I know you were going to go there?
My buddy Brandon downed a whole can to his dome, and we were out eating, and his eyes looked like they were going to bulge out of his fucking skull.
Now, habitual consumption of taurine, which is in here, can have negative long-term impacts on the brain. Mike?
Yep.
Okay, so cocaine, the drink, has a throat-numbing, tingly effect, pretty much what you were just describing, right? Which comes from a secret ingredient. Similar to the numbing feeling of cocaine produces, the company's slogan is the legal alternative, clearly drawing a comparison to the Schedule II drug. This marketing technique didn't work in its favor. It was banned in about 2007, right?
Right, but it's back now. I actually get advertisements for it all the time. Another company bought into it. They've been sending me advertisements. They've revigorated cocaine, and you can buy it right now by going to drinkcocaine.com or something like that. But I've been thinking about buying a case. But I want to bring one more to end off the show. That because of cocaine, I started looking to see what else they had out there, and somebody took cocaine to the next level.
It's a spike shooter?
There was actually Blow energy drink mix.
Wow, and they have it they have that. That's that real?
So it was in a little vial.
Wow.
And I actually ordered this. It was real shit. And my dad picked it up. My dad looked at me and goes, it looks like the real stuff. And it was called Blow Energy. And you would put it into an energy bottle, just like you do with energy powder right now. but it was marketed as look, it's myspace.com/Blow Energy. It was marketed as Blow Energy.
So it lasted like MySpace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is wow, that's a good one. Yeah. There's a lot more on the list.
Laura's saying that cocaine is banned in our house until I buy it and bring it home.
Wow, good for her. There's a couple honorable mentions. Bang Energy's on there. Those are still on the shelves. That's pretty bad for you. There's Rip It. You'll find that at probably like a Hoopty, convenience store like the one near here at the studio. Mike, that one's considered a Hoopty convenience store, right?
I would say so, but it's one of those convenience stores. Everybody knows the way you put it, the Hoopty convenience store. But those convenience stores always have the best and rarest energy drinks you could possibly find. That's why I always love going in those little corner stores.
That is true,
because they'll always have the more interesting, maybe less popular ones.
I'm going to tell you why. I have a theory on
there.
that. Because they get it at a discounted rate because they're expired drinks and people are trying to wholesale them off because no one's buying them. But you can also count on those stores for things like Mike just said. You can count on getting a fucking nice, fresh, cold, flat ass fucking soda. Like you
can always count on getting boner pills.
Oh yeah, tons of boner pills. They are the boner pill king capital of the world, probably over there. Probably there's like 300 of them. Like it's right at the desk. Like, hey, I wonder what the marketing strategy is. Hey, you bought a bunch of stuff. Do you need to get your cock hard? I don't know. Like Bull Energy, you name it, Spanish Fly, all that shit's there. I don't know, man. Me personally, could someone be embarrassed buying that stuff if there are other people around them, or do they wait till are you in your car and you're waiting for people to come into the store and leave the store?
What, boner pills?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I used to go in there and ask the guy which one was the best one to buy while he's waiting on people.
I wish you were in there because I would have said over your shoulder, don't ask that guy. He's never been laid. On that note, Mike buying boner pills. We're going to wrap things up. We'll be back next week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching and listening. You can find all the episodes on Taking It Deep on Facebook. You can Google Taking It Deep. Find me on there. Follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, The Godfrey, on TikTok, TheGodfrey. And you also can get all the past and current episodes. We're coming up on show 100, folks. All the past and current episodes of Taking It Deep. Google, iTunes, you name it. We're there. Ask Amazon for the latest episode of Taking It Deep. And this is The Godfrey, not saying goodbye, just saying, take it deep.